Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Janice, the moderator for this conference. Welcome to the conference call of Reach Shipbuilders Engineers Limited, arranged by Concept Investor Relations to discuss its Q1FY22 results. We have with us today Rear Admiral Shri V.K. Saxena, Indian Navy retired Chairman and Managing Director, and Shri R.K. Dash, Director Finance. At this moment, all participants are on listen-only mode. We'll conduct a question-answer session. At that time, if you have a question, please press star then 1 on your telephone keypad. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Shri V.K. Saxena. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. I am Rear Admiral V.K. Saxena, Chairman Managing Director of Reach Shipbuilders Engineers Limited. I extend a very hearty and warm welcome to all of you to this conference call in which we will be discussing the financial performance of the company for the first quarter ended 30th June 2021 of FY22. I also hope that all of you and your family members are doing fine and have taken the jabs, vaccinations, and taking all the precautions, and wishing you and your dear ones a very healthy time ahead. I have the proud privilege and honor to interact with all of you once again, and I would like to highlight all of you that the financial results of the Q1 of FY22 has been much better than the corresponding Q1 of FY21. We, of course, have faced a similar kind of a challenge of the second wave, which was much more severe in this year. During the Q1 of FY22, you're all aware about it. We have the longest kind of lockdowns during the FY21 Q1, but thankfully this time the lockdowns were restricted to around 31 odd days, and hence there was a complete production loss, and nothing could happen because of the very strict stringent lockdown, which was very much desirable. And hence compared to the last year's Q1, where we had lost around close to 90 odd days of the production loss in the Q1 itself, we had lesser, that is around almost 31 days. And as a result of that, around 1 lakh man hours amounting to around 8 crores towards the personal cost were recorded as exceptional losses in the Q1. And as a consequence of the no work happening, we have estimated the production loss, that is the value of production, around 30 odd crores has been the loss in the Q1. As a result, the operating loss is also estimated to be in the range of around 6 odd crores. But the good note is, although it was very, very severe last time in the FY21 Q1, we had most of the labors, etc., migrating, and there was a complete disruption in supply chain. It did happen, and the government also has accordingly given us the force measure to a large extent. And you know that in Kolkata, still the restrictions are on. As of now, they say that the partial, I would say, restrictions exist. Even only yesterday, the government has come out announcing that the 100% industrial personnel would be permitted to work. Earlier, it was just 50%. So with all these limitations, your company still did quite well in the Q1 and Q2 also. We have been moving ahead at a fast pace, and as a result of that, we have seen the financial performance of the company has been very encouraging, where revenue from operation has, I'm comparing the Q1 of FY22 with Q1 of FY21, where our revenue from operation has gone up by 176%. The total income has also risen to 115%. The EBITDA has gone up by 240%. PBT has improved 13 times from 2 crores to 26 crores. The PAT is also merely 15 lakhs was the one in Q1FY21. It has gone up by 140 times, 21 crore. If you look at the margins, profitability margin, EBITDA margin stands at 10% as compared to 6% of the FY21 Q1. Similarly, the PBT margin stands at 8%, 8 times higher as compared to the corresponding first quarter of FY21. The PAT margin stands at 67 times higher. So that is what financially we have done very, very well. And when we look at the other activities in the shipyard, I am very happy to report to all of you that the company continued. Of course, the lockdown, we could not do much, but the moment the total lockdown got lifted, we started working in full swing. We did not face that kind of a severe challenges of the non-availability of the migrant labor force. Of course, it was reduced, but still we have already learned the lessons from the previous first wave, and those strategies have really helped a lot the shipyard, where we could move at the decent pace with regard to catching up with the various kind of milestones. And at this point of time, your company is handling 5 projects. You all aware that first project 17 Alpha, that is stealth missile frigate 3 numbers, and all the 3 ships are under different stages of production. We are aware that we have already launched the first stealth frigate on 14th of December ahead of schedule. The second ship is also progressing quite well in terms of its hull construction, and we are expecting to launch this second ship of the 17 Alpha by middle of next year. That is basically in May/June in 2022. So with that, a lot of, I would say, the milestone would get achieved, and good revenue recognition will happen. And that is also going to be ahead of schedule as per the production timeline that has been agreed with the Indian Navy. That will be ahead of schedule. And of course, third ship keel has already been laid down. So this major project of the Indian Navy 17 Alpha is going on at a good speed. Then we have another project of the Indian Navy for construction of 4 survey vessel large ships, and all the 4 ships are under production despite of the COVID challenges. And then we have ASW shallow water craft project with us. In that, the 4 ships are already under production at different stages. We have got another project of the Coast Guard for construction of 1 fast petrol vessel. That is already under production. And 1 project from the government of Guyana for construction of 1 number ocean-going passenger cum ferry, 1700 ton of the ship. We got it export order in the month of January. We signed that contract. That is also going on at good speed. At this juncture, the company is constructing 13 out of 17 ships. And I would say that at this juncture, 5 projects of different customers and so many number of ships being produced concurrently is not happening elsewhere. And I'm again saying that the happy note is this: despite of the challenges, we are moving ahead with the targeted milestones and other things which was planned. Of course, the minor delays, etc. are there, but still we are moving ahead. And we hope that the balance 4 ships, the construction should be happening soon in this current financial year itself. Another good thing happened to all of us in the shipyard, long awaited the Goliath crane, which was supposed to be coming from the South Korean firm, that finally reached here and got commissioned in the month of June. And with the availability of this 250-ton Goliath crane, our integrated construction mechanism is going to be now moving at a very, very good speed, a huge multiplication in our productivity efficiencies in integrated construction. So that is going to be a great help and benefit to us in speeding up the throughput and efficiency of the shipyard. Another good thing is that, of course, it has happened recently, where we have laid the keys of the 2 ships of the 2 projects by the Vice Chief of the Naval Staff of the 3rd survey vessel. Keel has been laid, and on the same day, the first ASW shallow water craft ship keel has also been laid. We have already commenced I told you, the production of the fourth ship of the SVL project, and also on 14th of July, two ASW shallow water craft ships production commenced, and also another fourth ship of ASW shallow water craft, that production has also commenced at the GRSE. Another good news is that, ladies and gentlemen, as I have been always telling all of you, that we are focusing in a big manner on the export and the refit front. So the good news to all of you that you know that Government of Guyana on a competitive bidding basis, global contract we have won, and that is work is already happening. And also we have won an order with the government from the Bangladesh Fishery Department. Although it's, in terms of the value, it's not big, but we all know that in terms of the penetration in the Bangladesh by a defense public sector company, where we have got a construction contract of 6 petrol vessels for Fishery Department. So that is another good sign, and then hope that now we are bidding in the Bangladesh projects. Two tugs requirement was there, so we have also bid for that. And here we have beaten some of the renowned shipyards of I would think South Korea, the Netherlands and Sweden, and of course some Sri Lankan shipyard was there apart from Bangladesh shipyard. There we became the L1. So this gives us a hope that the push and focus, although we are now getting small orders, but I would say it's a very good beginning, and it is giving us more and more confidence that we are on the right path, and we are now bidding more and more tenders which are coming up for the export. Second thing I was telling about fit front, that was also another important vertical, and here we could get the order of one foreign ship, offshore petrol vessel Barracuda, which was constructed and delivered by GRSE to the government of Mauritius. That ship came for the refit here at around 2.8 odd million US dollar worth of the refit that's happening here. So there's another export kind of order that is there for the refit. In addition, we have the smaller amount of refit going on of the Coast Guard ships also. So this vertical has also started growing and showing good improvements, and hopefully very shortly we should be signing kind of a lease agreement with the Kolkata Port Trust, hiring there, taking on lease the 3 in number dry docks of Kolkata Port Trust, which we shall be utilizing for the purpose of the refit and repairs of the ships of the Navy, Coast Guard, any other customers that would come. In addition, we have a healthy order book. We continue with around, as of now, excluded order book is 25,463 odd crores. And all in all, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, the shipyard, the kind of improvement and changes we have brought in terms of efficiency improvement, we have seen that despite of the first wave impact and so much of losses of the man hours and other things, we have still could reasonably, we could do well in the FY in the 21, and we hope that the way things are shaping up, and if the third wave does not hit us, that is what is being talked about, and I'm sure that the kind of precautions all of us are taking, and the way the vaccine drive is going on, and if all goes well, we should be spared from the impact of the third wave, and then we are poised to do quite well. As far as the performance of the company is concerned, I am sure that the subsequent quarters, if all goes well, should be much better in times to come, and FY22 is going to be, to my mind, as per the progress which I am seeing and hoping that that company should be delivering very good results. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank all of you for participation in this conference call, and reassuring that your company is on the right path. The various new initiatives we have taken in terms of Industry 4.0 in various areas of operations are already showing us good results. The various infrastructure augmentation that has been put in place, that is also giving us good results. In all, the company is on the right path, and so many projects now shaping up quite well. The construction of the ships now, in certain ships where the hull part is almost getting over, and then the equipment phase, lowering phase is starting. So revenue is expected to be going up, and therefore the FY22 is expected to be giving us a much better result. That's what is my hope and my belief is. So thank you very much, and wishing you and your family all the very best. Safer times. Please take vaccinations if at all not taken. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. If any questions are there, we are prepared to answer your queries or any other thing which you have in mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to withdraw yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handset while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Before we take the first question, a reminder to the participants again, if you have a question, please press star then 1 at this time. The first question is from the line of Umesh Raut from Dolat Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. I hope you and everyone at GRSE are safe and healthy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir, congratulations for the major milestone achieved for the P-17 Alpha ship and resilient top-line performance in Q1 despite the challenges. So, sir, I have 3 questions. First, two related to the execution. So, wanted to understand first on the current ongoing activities at the shipyard as compared to pre-COVID level, how those are as a percentage of pre-COVID level, capacity utilization, are they, kind of normalizing in this quarter? And secondly, sir, because of this pandemic since last 1.5 years, are there any changes for scheduled delivery of P-17 ships, which are likely to be earlier in August 23, August 24, and August 25? So would there be any major changes in those timelines?
First thing is that as far as the COVID impact is concerned, you are aware that the first wave and second wave, the government of India has already recognized, and accordingly they have issued the kind of a gadget notification about the force majeure duration. The first wave that they've already granted, and the second wave also that is going to be coming up because of the lockdowns and then partial lockdowns and so many things happening. So there's no doubt about that. We being a labor-intensive industry and supply chain dependent kind of organization, we certainly have the impact of the COVID. But the good thing which you have already noticed that the results of the Q1 of FY22 are showing the good recovery. So therefore, in terms of the time of the ongoing project, yes, undoubtedly, whatever time loss has happened and the momentum got totally lost because of the first wave, no workforce was available. Second wave, while we did not have much of the issue on the, not much I would say, of the workforce, but the supply chain of course got impacted, and number of important clusters, MSMEs in particular and tier 2 industries also had the troubles in different states of the country. You are aware of that, and therefore those things of course are going to get delayed. So hence there is going to be some kind of impact on that, and therefore there's going to be acceptable kind of a delays by the customers also and by the government, that this is what is happening. But the good thing which I would say that we have now decided that as and when these equipment come, because whatever delay happened from the supplier side, we should have something else done up, so that the time that is required, I would say sequential activities, we will not be doing sequential things, we will be doing a lot of things parallelly. So we hope that we should be able to mitigate to some extent those kind of troubles and impact that we already had. So I have told already that despite of the challenges, another thing, we did not stop. We had a lot of, I would say, milestones getting achieved. You would have seen during the FY21, we delivered 3 ships, warships, despite of the COVID, the first wave. And then this year also we had the production starting of certain ships, keels have been laid of the ships. and very shortly we'll be having the launching of the first survey vessel launch happening in the month of November or so. So in terms of the numbers of the ships at this point of time under production, 13 numbers out of 17 ships is something really, I would say, in my mind, quite appreciable kind of a thing, and hence it gives me the hope and confidence that in times to come we should be recovering back to the pre-COVID levels. I would say we are almost getting there, and in terms of the other infrastructure augmentation, we have utilized this time of COVID in having some new facilities getting constructed and inaugurated. Bullet train has already come back, so therefore this is going to actually multiply our throughput and production. So that's how I am quite hopeful that we should be doing well.
Yes, sir. Sir, is it possible to make up for the lost execution by adding extra shift, labor shift?
I don't think that's in the classical manner as to if you have lost some time and you know that the COVID restrictions continue. Please understand that we are again industry where I don't know, you have seen the warship of the size of 6,600 odd tons, 17 alpha or 3,300 tons survey vessel large ship. Here, if the people have to work in normal pre-COVID era, we had in a small compartment a large number of groups of different specializations working. But now, in the COVID protocols, COVID appropriate behavior, you can't have that number of large groups. You have to have a lesser number of the people. You have to follow the, you have to wear the mask. And you're wearing the mask, you can't continue to be there in a suffocated compartment for a long time. So if you're doing welding, you're doing some cutting operation, you're doing some erection work or plumbing work, so many people cannot work because of the COVID restrictions. So that certainly has got the impact, but we still are working around and seeing that how best we can overcome all these challenges.
Got it, sir. Sir, my next question is related to the working capital. So, are we seeing any delays from the customer payments because of this pandemic? And wanted to know the current cash position, including the stage payments from the customer.
No, we do not have any kind of a delay happening from the customers in terms of the stage payments. And again, we are lucky that we have customers like Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard, and therefore we are not really having any kind of impact as far as the cash flow is concerned, the stage payments are concerned, and capital, etc. So there's no worry whatsoever.
Yes. And sir, cash position including stage payment?
We have 3,509 crores now.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll join back the queue.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star, then 1 on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Abhijit Mishra from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for taking my question. I just had a question on the export side. So I think we are one of the, select PSU that is seeing very good tailwinds on the export side, executing and delivering them also timely. So just wanted to understand, in your bidding with the Bangladesh Fisheries Department, what was the key takeaways for you? I mean, you were competing with some of the global ship makers or shipbuilders rather. You have won the contract. So can you highlight, some of the advantages or disadvantages that you see? It can be an operational advantage / disadvantage, a cost advantage, or PSU being a PSU. How do you sort of see this? Do you see this as a potential business stream going forward?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying thank you for your question. And I would say that the export thrust we have been hearing from the government of India and from the Prime Minister also, the country itself in all areas, we want to become a net exporter. And defense has already set a target, Raksha Mantri has set a target of $5 billion by 2024-25. So that is with regard to the target set. And other thing is that we have certainly this has driven us towards a new mindset of looking beyond, within our own known customers, that is in-house Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard. And having so much of years of experience of 60 years of building the ships, and thankfully today the Indian Navy, which is the most important customer for us, has transformed itself from the buyer's Navy to the builder's Navy. And that has happened because of the various capable, competent shipyards, the expertise we have gained. And hence now we are very confident that the kind of ecosystem that is also developed, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 industries in the country, the ecosystem that has come up is also becoming better. That is giving us the confidence that one is experience, second one is the kind of ecosystem, third one is the government policies and huge support that is coming, trust which is being given. So we are targeting some of the potential countries, and Bangladesh being our neighboring country, very close to the Kolkata and Bengal. We are actually as our push from the government side also, that Bangladesh we want to seriously get into, because we expect some good potential both in the Coast Guard and the Bangladesh Navy, and also the other civilian organizations like Fishery Department, Inland Water Transport Corporation of Bangladesh. So somewhere we have to make inroads. So you know that I'm not going to name the countries who were earlier dominant, but we want to start from somewhere, and that was the aim, that we must look at any opportunity which comes up anywhere. Similarly, you've seen that Guyana also, which is in South America, but I have gone for being a warship builder primarily, but we are prepared to take on. I've got huge experience and a huge great design department. I can take on and do anything. So if I am trying to look at the export potential and opportunity, I should not only look at the warship building alone. So Guyana, we have got the order. Bangladesh, the petrol vessels is something which we want gone in, having decent profit margins. But this is going to give us some kind of confidence to operate in Bangladesh. The moment they see my products, now we are receiving the inquiries from other departments in Bangladesh. So you have to get into as a product of the India from the GRSE. That itself is going to be a demonstrator in the Bangladesh. Yes, Indian product has come in, and that is going to be quite. I'm sure that will be appreciated. We have just started off. Now we'll be learning the things as to how the atmosphere is there, how the thought process and how other things are there. So therefore, it's just a good beginning, but it gives me confidence that we should be able to get the orders, beating the other major shipyards of the world who had participated. Certainly gives GRSE the confidence that yes, we have the capability.
Yeah, no, I was more trying to understand that. So for the export, is government talking about putting in some subsidies to help the export, and if not, given the current scale and the current cost structure, do you sort of feel that you can compete, say, for the Guyana? Guyana is an ideal example of cargo plus passenger ship. So if say a Korean or a Chinese shipbuilder come and compete, you feel you can match the cost and the execution?
Yeah, you have brought in very, very important kind of a topic and subject. And so far, as far as the commercial shipbuilding activities are concerned, where Ministry of Shipping had got certain funds earmarked for that, they give the grant for that, and we have certainly factored that one when we bid for the Guyana ferry, and that's why we became the winner there. And also, I would say that we have written it to and requesting, and I think the Ministry of Defence is also looking at various possibilities. You would be aware that the MRO, the GST reduction has already happened wherever we talk about the MRO concept. So similar things are being talked about in terms of having this kind of subsidies or reduction in the input cost to the taxation and reduction, etc. So these things are certainly going to be a huge benefit to the defense products, and especially in the platforms, warship or ships which are going to be building and having it exported. And eventually we hope that that should give us the price advantage when we are going to compete against the Chinese or against any South Koreans or any other countries. These are the things which are certainly being looked at, examined at Delhi, at the government level, and I'm sure that in times ahead something positive may come out. But as of now, I think this was with the one with Bangladesh, we don't have any subsidy, but still we have competed, and we know that how we are placed in terms of the profit margins. So therefore, we have some kind of a belief that we can still compete in certain areas. And of course, this will be a very welcome kind of a thing when it happens in terms of the subsidiary or separate fund that would be created for the export of the warship, because I feel that the potential exists in the IOR region for some of the platforms like the FIBs, that is a fast interceptor boat, or the offshore petrol vessels, or the fast petrol vessels, or such kind of platforms which are auxiliary in nature but will be having a huge benefit and advantage to the smaller countries in this region. And that we have got a huge experience, and therefore the government is also looking at the possibilities and some kind of policies as to how this can be put in place so that we become, I would say, a dominant player in terms of exporting these kind of ships. You know that Seychelles, the government has given one of the FPV that was built by us early this year, and that got finally handed over formally by the Prime Minister of the country on 8th of April to government of Seychelles. So these are the things which are happening around, and thankfully the government is certainly looking at a very, very focused manner the thrust that should be coming towards export from the DPSUs also.
Thanks. That's all from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then 1 on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Hemal, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. I have a very simple question on raw material. Are you seeing the spike in the raw material in the way your contracts are made? Are you able to pass it on to your end consumers?
As for the raw material is concerned, let me tell you, when it comes to the raw material, that is the steel plates primarily, and the steel consumables that is supposed to be used for the fabrication and erection purpose. So it is very minuscule percentage of the overall cost of the warships when we talk about. So and most of the contracts which were now, of course, in a competitive bidding we have won it. Those things are already factored into our strategies of the costing. Therefore, in terms of the overall impact of this increase in the whatever things are in the raw material, as of now we really do not have much of the bearing on the overall cost or profitability, etc. And plus the good part is that with the lot of technology intervention that has happened in terms of our design capabilities, and we have the virtual reality lab getting commissioned, and huge amount of new software that has come in. So therefore, the wastages factor which was there has been brought down considerably. The time on and in terms of the much better designs are there. So therefore, all such things are giving us the quite good benefits in terms of the if any minor cost increase happened, first it is insignificant. And they have been already ordered some time back. So at this juncture, we are not really having any kind of a significant input which should worry me and my investors. And I am not actually passing on because these contracts have already been signed, so I am not passing on any kind of a thing to the customer.
Okay, sir, thank you. Just one more question. If COVID wave 3 does not come, and hopefully does not for all of us, but you believe any guidance for the remaining part of the year as to what you expect in terms of revenue or?
If there is no COVID wave 3, I would say once again that we'll be doing much better. We'll be doing much better than what we have been seeing it. Your Q2 will be better, your Q3 will be further better likewise. So this FY22 should be much better.
Thank you, sir. That's all from me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then one. The next question is from the line of Viraj Mithani from Jupiter Financial. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir, and congratulations on the good numbers.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yes, so my question is, what would be the cash level in our books, our own cash? That is one. And can you give me some sense on our this refit business and the repair business in terms of medium term, say 2-3 years? How are you planning, and what percentage of sales the building and the refit and repair business would be? That would be helpful, sir. Thank you.
See, I've told you that as far as the cash is concerned, we have around 3,500 odd crores in our bank, and this is all against the different stage payments that we have received from the customers, and that is a project fund, and that will be utilized eventually towards further payments to the various vendors and suppliers. In that, around 82 crores is our own cash, the company's cash. So that's with regard to the cash position. Coming to your next question about the refits of the ships, we have been actually working towards creating a good refit vertical as a separate business kind of thing, and we have a good beginning now. I have been talking to all of you that refit has got a good prospect and possibilities, and as a result of our efforts, we have been able to get some refits, especially from the foreign country. We have received the offshore petrol vessel refit that is happening now at the shipyard. We have received smaller order from the Coast Guard, smaller I would say in terms of value. So that is also started off well. So when we are actually working in that, we are prepared to participate. Number one, created an infrastructure, created the refit division as such, with certain set of the officers and the personnel and kind of a mechanism that has been put in place towards taking charge of the refit. So in going forward with these initiatives that we have taken, we'll be now going forward with greater confidence, and most of the bids that would be coming up. Earlier, 2 years or 3 years back, if you see that we were not very keen, but slowly we have started building up that kind of things, and now results are seen that we are bringing certain orders, and that is going to give us more confidence that in the times ahead, we should be winning bigger orders of the refits of the Navy, Coast Guard, and any other thing that comes our way. And because of this reason, that we have taken the 3 dry docks of the Kolkata Port Trust on the lease. Shortly, we'll be signing the lease. We have already concluded the discussions, negotiations with them. At a very nominal cost, we'll be taking the 3 dry docks on lease. Why? With the hope that there is a good prospects, and eventually, whenever such opportunity comes, we should not be starving of the infrastructure or facility. So that is going to be of great help to us. So that's how the scenario looks like going forward as far as the refit is concerned.
Sir, what will be our EBITDA percent? I understand EBITDA percentage in refit and repair business must be higher, right, compared to shipbuilding. Is that correct to think?
Yeah, profitability factor is always good in the refits and repairs as compared to the normal ship production, provided you are smart enough to bid in a smart manner and also complete the refits on time or ahead of time. That is how it provides a good kind of profitability things for the organization.
So what will be your EBITDA margins, sir, in the refit business, if you can give some ballpark figure?
Let me again tell you, as far as the EBITDA margins are concerned, at this point of time, I told you that refit, this thing is very, very minuscule. Okay, so therefore, by the time we finalize the thing, the big refit, when I say that around 2.7 odd million worth of the refit we have taken is still going on. So unless the activity gets complete, then only we can have the books of account examined and seen that. But certainly it is going to be having decent margins, better than the shipbuilding.
So is it possible? Is it possible that the refit and repair business in next 3 to 4 years would be 30% of the GRSE top line? Is it something which management is thinking?
See, the
apart from
management,
paper?
yeah. So as far as our strategy is concerned, we are really targeting to reach to 25 to 30% of the percentage of our total revenue that should be coming. That's our aim and target is. But now it depends on the other competitors as to they are also everybody is waking up in this country. Other shipyards which we are not getting into the refit affairs. There were only few shipyards involved in the refits. Now today, all the DBA shipyards also want to take on the refits. Therefore, the competition has increased. So we are aspiring. We are also setting a target for our shipyard to get more and more orders. But going forward, we will see that how it really comes out with regard to our winning the orders on a competitive bidding basis. We are also parallelly looking at with the Indian Navy, requesting them to give us on nomination basis the ships which we have made for them. For example, 8 LCU ships which are based at Port Blair. So that discussion and talks are on. If that comes our way, that would give us assured business. So we are actually working on all the fronts to look at that how we should grow this refit repair business. So it is going to be, while the target has been set aggressively, it will be difficult to say that what percentage we would be able to achieve at this juncture.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That's it, and all the best from me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star then 1 on your touchtone telephone. The next question is from the line of Bhagesh Kakalkar from HDFC Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Can you explain to us, now that the NGMB contract is more or less given to Cochin Shipyard, which are the big orders or small size, big or whatever it is, in the order book that we can target for next 2 years, where the bids will be open, RFPs, RFQs?
Yeah, while you know that it is a competitive era where most of the shipyards are trying to look at bidding very, very aggressively, and I don't know what kind of margins they will be looking at. That's why in the recent past some orders have gone to other shipyards. But anyway, it's a process where everybody will have to keep learning the things from the bidding process itself and relook at, evaluate, examine, analyze as to what needs to be done by us further. So as a part of that, those exercises are already on, and as of now we are looking at the 8 fast petrol vessel bid which is being submitted by us for the Indian Coast Guard. That is what we look forward for in next, I would say within a year or so should get opened. It has been long pending. The second one is that
what is the size of this order, sir? Fast petrol vessels.
This will be in the range of around 800 odd crores.
All put together. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other one is I would say a 12 number air cushion vessels that was for the Coast Guard and for the Indian Army ACVs, but that RFP has been withdrawn, and we hope that in next this month itself or maybe next month a revised RFP would be coming out. So you know that hovercraft, basically ACV is nothing but a hovercraft. So we are the only one which we have made the hovercraft and supplied to the Indian Coast Guard earlier. So we'll be bidding very, very, I would say, strong on that ACV project. And the third one is now towards the 11 number new generation offshore petrol vessel NGOPV, and by 27th of August we are supposed to submit the bids for construction of these 11 NGOPVs. So these
How
are
big
the
is the size of this? Size of these orders.
So I think that each ship, so they have got a different kind of assessment kind of thing as for the RFP terms and conditions. So we expect it to be around, could be in the range of, it would be in the range of 5,000 or 6,000 odd crores, because it depends on what kind of way things would be, bids would be there. But it will be a huge, huge order. that they are looking at 7 plus 4. So L1 shipyard will be having 7 ships, and L2 shipyard, if he matches the cost of L1, 4 ships will be given to them. And if nobody is able to match the cost of the L1, in that case, all 11 will go to a single shipyard. So it is a fairly big order, and we are working towards that to participate in the bid also.
So broadly around 8,000 crores or 10,000 crores of bids you are participating next 1 year.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Venkatesh from Logic Tree. Please go ahead.
So just a continuation of the earlier question. The air cushion vessels, the hovercrafts, what is the size of the order, sir, usually? And then for the offshore patrol vessels, 11 numbers, usually what is the execution time frame, if at all we are able to execute?
See, as far as the hovercraft is concerned, it is expected to be in the same around 750 or 800 odd crores range. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what was your second question?
The execution time frame for the patrol vessels, order 11 numbers.
Yeah. So as per the RFP terms and conditions concerned, the first ship delivery will be in 42 months. And then thereafter, each ship 6 months interval.
Okay. 42, 50. Okay. So broadly 4 years, sir. Yeah.
No, it could be more. 42 months, yeah, no, each ship 6 months. So in a year, you will have 2 ships getting delivered.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Great, sir. That's about it from my side, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Umesh Raut from Dollar Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello, sir. Sir, in your recently published annual report, you have mentioned about one particular initiative in your future plans, that to include the new range of non-defense maritime products. So basically wanted to understand what kind of these products are and how the business potential is looking like.
See, the thing is that when we talk about the non-defense product, the thing is that we are looking at Inland Water Transport, Inland Water Authority of India. And you know that the government of India is giving huge thrust on the riverine transportation. So this is one interesting area wherein having so much of expertise and having so many boats also built for the Ministry of Home Affairs, around 80 plus odd boats we have built for them. And also now we are making in fact in the past we have made huge number of commercial civilian vessels. So the tugs, the dredgers, the various boats, ferries, and likewise, I see that if you look at the government, the Bangladesh Fishery Department, what is that? There are petrol vessels to be used by the Fishery Department. So I see that there is a huge potential exists where GRSE should, we are focusing on developing this, because earlier we have actually focused only on the defense sector, that is the Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard. Whether it is internal requirements in the country or export also, so we are not restricting ourselves only towards the defense platforms. Therefore, we are now become more and more open to do the R&D and also to develop new kind of technology which meets the requirement of the non-defense areas. For example, we have been talking to the Bengal government. We have had a discussion with their transport minister. They are again very keen for a green ferry, basically non-fuel based. It is a battery operated new technologies. We are already designing the things. We are collaborating with one of the world-renowned companies in terms of the R&D efforts, and we'll develop that. So this is how we are looking at developing new kind of things. And also the belly bridges, which I am telling that earlier used to supply to Indian Army and BRO. Now a lot of state governments are also looking at the belly bridges, portable steel belly bridges, which are being used by different states, especially in the north and northeast. and also say Odisha, Bihar, now in Maharashtra, where is a very difficult terrain, these bridges of great use, and they can be just assembled in say 7 to 8, 10 days time, and 220 feet is the length, and the width is 4.3 single lane and 7.5 meters is a double lane, and they can carry 100 tons of the load. So they are again a very good product. We are already having it with us, and we want to further improve upon new products are being developed. A double lane bridge has been already developed, and its trials have been successful. And also the I would say in terms of the our Taratala unit, which manufactures the various deck machinery items, capstans and boat davits, it can be also used by any other commercial ships as well. So there are different possibilities. We have engineering division, we have now boat building division. So these are the areas which we are very seriously looking at and expanding our footprints in different fields.
Got it, sir. Got it. Sir, over the medium course, is it possible for us to work with any foreign shipyard as a part of supply agreement for some of the components related to the shipbuilding?
See, we already, as far as the component of shipbuilding is concerned, shipyard doesn't supply the component, but yes, we are working with, we have the collaborative agreement with the Bangladesh shipyard, Khulna shipyard and Anandi shipyard there in Bangladesh. Aim is to see to it that if they get the order, we should go forward and provide them the know-how, technology, design support, project management support, etc. So they can build the ships with our help in their country. Because we feel that we have got lot to offer. And likewise, we have been talking to some of the shipyards, say some shipyard in Kenya or some other countries, where we are exploring the possibility that can we collaborate and do the things locally. Because every country today is looking for the local manufacturing. So can we go forward and provide them the kind of these design support, etc. So these are the areas and opportunities where we are looking at working with the different foreign shipyards or the firms, and also we are looking at some of the companies who are product suppliers and trying to collaborate with them. For example, we already are working with MTU Germany for the supply of the prime movers as far as the engines are concerned. At our diesel engine plant Ranchi, which is a big one, we are doing a hell of a lot of work for the Navy and the Coast Guard in terms of the engine overhauling, engine assembly, engine trials. There are CKD and PKD components are coming from MTU Germany. So we undertake the complete assembly of the major marine diesel engines, diesel alternators. So likewise, and also like MTS UK, where we are working with them for hello traversing system, railless hello traversing system, and many other companies are there. We are collaborating with them to take the technology and develop them here in our country, maximize the indigenous components, and eventually achieve Atmanirbharta in those areas.
Yeah, got it, sir. Thank you so much. That was helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Reminder to the participants, if you wish to ask a question, please press star, then 1 on your touchtone telephone. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. Members of the management, we have just one question lined up. Can we take that up? The next question is from the line of Venkatesh from Logitry. Please go ahead.
So you had mentioned that there is this year will be a relatively good year for us in terms of order execution. So FY22, FY23 and 24, the next 3 years, if I understand from previous calls or broadly for the current execution, they would be high performance years. Would that be a right assumption, sir, the next 3 years?
That's correct, because if no, I would say, further pandemic or any other external factors, does not impede our activities, which is beyond our control. I am quite sure and hopeful that the FY22 and beyond is going to be much, much better for the shipyard because of the, again, I say the reasons that the way things are progressing in terms of so many ships building up happening and hulls getting ready, and thereafter equipment will start going. And 5 projects, 17 ships, you can imagine that it has to happen. There's no other way out. So it is going to be good.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants again, if you have a question, please press star then 1. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. Thank you for attending the conference call. If you have any further queries, please send an email to gaurav.g@conceptpr.com. Thank you all.